Just yesterday, a couple born in the 80s bid farewell to this world silently in the woods.
I am 36 years old and engaged in animal husbandry. I have a debt of 3.4 million yuan.
You've frozen my bank card and others. I want to repay, but how do you want me to repay?
Hello, People's Court. I am one of the millions of indebted people nationwide.
Since the outbreak of the epidemic in 2020, the default rate of borrowers in China has soared to a record high. According to statistics from local courts, a total of 8.54 million people have been officially listed on the enforcement blacklist for defaulting on various payments, from housing mortgages to commercial loans. Most of the borrowers are aged between 18 and 59 years old, equivalent to 1% of the labor force population, significantly higher than the 5.7 million defaulters at the beginning of 2020. According to Chinese law, individuals listed on the blacklist for defaulting on debts face restrictions such as buying airplane tickets and limitations on using mobile payment platforms like Alipay and WeChat Pay, which hinders consumption and economic activity. At the same time, the slowing real estate industry and low consumer confidence have exacerbated the economic downturn. Once borrowers are sued by creditors such as banks and missed payment deadlines, they will be added to the blacklist for breach of trust. Analysis suggests that the increase in defaulters indicates the impact of pandemic lockdowns and other restrictive measures on economic growth, reducing household income. Additionally, excessive borrowing by Chinese consumers is also a significant factor. Some economists argue that the sharp increase in loan defaults is not just a result of cyclical issues, but also of structural problems. The situation may worsen before it improves. The personal debt crisis emerged after a sharp increase in consumer borrowing. According to data from the China Finance and Development Institute, the ratio of household debt to GDP has nearly doubled over the past decade, reaching 64% as of September. However, with the economy sluggish, wage growth stagnant, or even negative, the increasingly burdensome financial obligations have become increasingly difficult to bear. More and more cash-strapped consumers are finding it difficult to make ends meet, with many already stopping payment on their bills. Concerns about a wave of unemployment and business closures are growing, even though obtaining accurate data is difficult. The unemployment problem has not been effectively resolved, and the situation of business bankruptcies is spreading rapidly. According to Chinese media reports, over 500,000 companies have already declared bankruptcy. The number of foreclosed homes has surged by 60%, leading to millions of families having to give up their homes to repay debts due to income reductions. Behind these cold figures are countless family tragedies.
Do you have debt? I am 36 years old. I am engaged in animal husbandry. I have a debt of 3.4 million yuan. I am like you, unable to sleep at night. Perhaps sometimes I feel like I might collapse. Sometimes I also sneak off to a place where no one is around and cry my heart out. To release some inner pressure, I want to sell my car and house. Selling these won't be enough to pay off the debt, because these things aren't valuable. But I still decided to sell them. How much I can repay, I'll repay as much as I can. Debt is debt, I'll deal with it. Living is the only hope. Keep going, debtor.
Hello, People's Court. I am one of the millions of indebted people nationwide. Today, I am here to speak up for the vast number of debt-ridden individuals. We can no longer live a normal life. Sue, execute, freeze bank cards, and WeChat and Alipay. Do you know how difficult our life has become? The children's education, living expenses, and parents' medical expenses are all not guaranteed. Many debtors are struggling with their daily lives and even with having enough food to eat. Want to set up a stall, but can't collect payments. Debt has accumulated over the 3 years of the pandemic. We also want to start anew, but consumption is restricted. But it's difficult to move forward, as bank cards and others are all frozen. Don't we deserve a chance? 90% of us debtors are honest but unfortunate. We also don't want to be debt dodgers or be labeled as untrustworthy.
You don't let me take a plane, you blacklist me. You've frozen my bank card and others, but let me borrow money to pay off debts. When I have the money, I'll repay all of your money.
Debtors blacklisted indeed face various difficulties. According to dozens of restriction measures stipulated in China, they may encounter severe challenges for survival. Besides being prohibited from activities like purchasing plane tickets, using payment apps such as Alipay and WeChat Pay, they may also be barred from government employment and even denied access to services like toll roads. These restrictions impose immense pressure on their lives and those of their families, making life exceedingly difficult. Where does the future lie for China's debtors? It's a complex question as each individual's situation varies. Some may gradually overcome their debt woes through hard work and financial planning, rebuilding stable lives. Others may find themselves trapped in long-term financial distress, impacting their future development and quality of life. Regarding China's debt crisis, opinions may vary. Some might see it as a problem stemming from overconsumption and poor personal financial management, advocating for enhanced financial education and debt management. Others might attribute it to structural economic issues and social inequality, calling for more government policy measures to address it. Join the discussion and share your views in the comments section. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
昨天，一对80后的夫妇在树林里悄无声息的。
Just yesterday, a couple born in 1980s bid farewell to the world in the woods. It was too late when the ambulance arrived. Next to them laid their ID cards and a letter. The contents of the letter were written as follows.
The epidemic over the past 3 years has caused all my business to shut down. We have accumulated a huge amount of debt and received calls every day from banks, high-interest lenders, and companies. Every day we have to pick up these collection calls. We cannot repay those debt and stand facing the creditors every day. We have lost our home. We just can't take it anymore. We are living incredibly tired every day without seeing any hope. We are even afraid to meet with people. When you see us again, we will no longer be in this world. We deeply regret not listening to advice back then. So much so that we have become increasingly trapped in debt. Now, we truly feel trapped with no way out. Only then we made such a choice and wanting to escape from such a life. We are leaving. Dear parents, we are sorry for letting you down. We have a property under our name. Please sell it and use the money for your retirement. If there is a next life, we would like to be your kids again to repay you. Mom and Dad's baby, sorry. We'll never see you in a wedding dress in future again.